A failover replica provides a backup database, so if your main database fails, the system will automatically switch over to the failover and your application's data will still be available. In this demo, I'll show you how to create a failover database for a MySQL database running in Google Cloud SQL. So I created this database earlier, right? Now, the way I did that is with the console, and I clicked Create Instance, and then I chose MySQL, and then I filled in the form. And if you expand Configuration Options, there's a section called Backups, Recovery, and High Availability. So when you're setting up a database, you can expand that option. And then notice down here, there's a set of radio buttons. The default is to deploy the database to a single zone. If you select the high availability option, then it'll create a backup database in another zone within the region that you've specified here, and that will be your failover database. So as long as your main database is running, that's the one that'll be used. But if the main database ever fails, it'll automatically switch over to the failover until the main is back up and running again. Now, when I created my database earlier, I did not select that radio button, but it's no big deal. If you go right here to the console, notice in this table, there's a column called high availability. If I want to add a failover database after the fact, I can just go here and click the add button and then enable high availability, and it will automatically create that failover server for me. Okay, it took a few minutes for that to be ready, but now notice here high availability is enabled. If you want to test it out, you can click on your database, and over here in the menu, there's a choice called failover. So if you click failover and you tell it to do it, it will bring your main database down, and then you can test it and see if the failover works. Now, it will take about a minute for it to recognize that the database is down, and it'll switch to the failover. And then later on, you can switch it back to the main if you like. Anyway, that's how you create a failover replica for a MySQL database using Cloud SQL. This is Doug Renstrom with ROI Training.